Hey, what's up? Somebody a while ago requested me to do a track review of The Ancient Covenant by the Faceless. But I actually just bought the album, Planetary Duality. It is duality, right? Not duality. Yeah, I think it's duality. Um, so I just decided that since I bought the album and I've listened to it like 3 times, I would just review the album. Yes. So here we go. I will start by saying if you saw my track review of Womb of Perception by Archaic, I noticed that the artwork on that album kind of had a really similar look to this one, and a lot of other kind of death metal, technical death metal albums that I've seen. It turns out that they are done by the same guy, Par Olufsen, I believe. Well, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, it's I've actually been meaning to check out his website because this art is amazing. I mean, look at that. It's like it's so intricate and so just really, really pretty to look at. But yeah, he's done Abysmal Dawn and Spawn of Possession and I think like a Severed Savior album cover. But yeah, it's really distinct. You can kind of tell that it's his art. And like I said, it's intricate, and that kind of is a really good entrance into the album because the music is also intricate and beautiful, just like the artwork. Really good color scheme too. Um, Enough about the art. Let's talk about the music. It's really, really, really good progressive death metal. It's experimental, but not to the point where it gets annoying. I mean, that's it takes a while for me to get annoyed with experimenting in music. In fact, I actually don't know if I do. When I said that, I just meant for other people. So it's like really it's insanely, it's progressive death metal, like I just said, but it's not for a lot of people too progressive. But there are things in there separating this album apart from other albums. You know what I mean? There's like that there's key parts. More bands are starting to do that, but not a whole lot. Throughout a lot of the songs, Michael Keane, I believe, the main guitarist, did it. He does the clean vocals and he also does the singing through like the coder thing where it sounds like it's like a robot singing, and it sounds really cool and it fits kind of the feel and the subject matter of the songs. I had, like I just said, I have really kind of, it takes a lot for me to be annoyed with experimenting, and it also takes a lot for me to consider something wankery, like soulless wank, because I just like the sound of like technicality. It interests me, and it takes a lot for me to think something is wank, soulless wank. I honestly, I mean, I definitely don't, but I really don't understand how anyone could consider this album soulless, because while it is insanely technical, there's a lot of emotion in it. There's lots of really, really soulful solos, and I just kind of like you can hear in like the intensity of like the riffs too, that it's not just technical for the sake of being technical. Okay. Well, I said that the decoder thing, and not the decoder, the voice coder. Is that what it's called? Hang on a sec. I think yeah, it says it in the lyric sheet. Hang on. Vocoder. Wow, I'm retarded. Michael Keane, guitar, vocoder, clean vocals. So yeah. I said that really fit the subject matter of the songs, and I'll kind of go through that a little bit. They all seem to be kind of having this general theme about kind of like how religion kind of corrupts the mind until you realize that it's bullshit. And kind of spiritualism and stuff. There's a little bit going on in some songs though about like extraterrestrial life kind of coming in there too. But yeah, the lyrics are like they use a lot of big words, but it's almost on the edge of where it's just like using big words to sound intelligent. But I mean, if you know what the words mean, I mean, they make sense. It's not like just jumbled big words, mashed together. They all make perfect sense, and they're all good. I mean, and they're perfect for this kind of music, and for the vocalist, they all fit really well. Um, yeah, I don't know. What were some of my favorite lines from Coldly Calculated Design, which is also one of my favorite songs? There is no truth, only a perspective. The locked physical senses were designed to misinform. We must transcend the illusion. Yeah, that part in the song is awesome. Very nihilistic. That's a good word for it. I kind of have a lot of nihilistic beliefs. So if you can relate to the songs, that makes them even better. Relate to them in the sense that you believe what they're saying, as well as they do. Um, yeah. So, I don't know. Hang on a sec. Yeah, okay. So my favorite songs on here are probably Coldly Calculated Design, Sons of Belial, and Legion of the Serpent, probably. And why I like Coldly Calculated Design so much is that, well, another thing that's really cool about this album is that it's insanely technical, but they do repeat riffs sometimes, even if they're really technical riffs, which is really cool because that's good songwriting right there. Yeah, these guys are very talented musicians. And the main riff of Coldly Calculated Design just like hits you in the face. It's like they do play it at the end of the song without any vocals, so you can hear it better. It's like dun, 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 dun. The pitch is off, like, and then it goes like dun 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 and it's awesome. Yeah, with like the blast beat going behind it, it's punishing. It's really good stuff. Sons of Belial I also really like because of the intro. It's kind of got this cool like chill little it does that like 4 times, and then the big riff comes in and goes just dun 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 dun, and then after that another guitar part comes in and it's just like and they just mesh together perfectly, and then that guitar riff cuts off and the vocals come in and it's just a really really well composed song. um Legion of the Serpent also has an extremely memorable and really awesome riff that they repeat through the song. You gotta hear it. It's really it's cool. Some things that I don't like about the album, I think that in parts, the vocals are too quiet. I think if they were just turned up a little bit, that would make the whole, concept of the album and the whole album more dynamic and just more powerful, even more powerful than it already is. So yeah, not there's a few parts where I think the vocals are perfect, depending on the other instruments, but most of the time they're a little quiet. I also think that it's a little too short too. Hang on a sec. Sorry, I have plenty of time. Like the first song, Prison Born, is like it's like a legit song, It's not like an instrumental. Not saying instrumentals aren't legit. You know what I mean? Like with like vocals and everything, like a standard song. Um, but it's only 2 minutes long, and then Shapeshifters is an instrumental, but that's barely 40 seconds long, and then Planetary Duality Part One isn't really an instrumental. There's no vocals, but it's like this recording of this guy, like this really kind of freaked out dude, like talking through like a, I don't know, like a radio signal or something, and he's saying that there's like these extra dimensional beings infiltrating the military establishment and stuff, and that's only a minute and a half long. So the only like kind of standard length, standard everything else songs are The Ancient Covenant, Coldly Calculated Design, Xenochrist, Sons of Belial, Legion of the Serpent, and Planetary Duality Part 2. I think that with one more just standard length song with the same effort put into it as all the other songs, this could be a superb album, an extremely good album. It just seems just a tad incomplete. What I would do actually is Shapeshifters is just really cool. I think if you add a couple minutes to that, add some more structure, and just kind of make that into a whole song, and it leads perfectly into Coldly Calculated Design, I think that would make the album fantastic if they just made Shapeshifters longer. That's my opinion. So yeah, overall, really good album. If you're a fan of progressive experimental death metal, technical death metal, I highly recommend it. Lots of really kind of jazzy guitar parts, like clean guitar, and just like I said, punishing technical parts and keys, and clean vocals. I think like 3 times during the album. Really short. If you don't like that, there's not a lot of it. So yeah, it all blends very well. Thanks for watching.